Oh, good. You remember to record this
Yes.
afternoon. That's great.
Yes.
Okay, Ling Chi, what have you been doing this week?
This week, uh,
What
I
have you been doing?
I have um, hang out with friends.
Hmm.
Um, I go. Um,
Okay, so you say, I've been hanging out with my friends.
yes, I've
Can you say
been
that? Yeah?
I've been hang out with friends
Okay.
and
Hanging, not hanging.
hanging.
Rồi đi chơi với bạn
Good.
em á.
Uh,
Ừ.
Okay, I've been hanging out with my friends. And what else, Ling Chi?
and I visited my grandparents.
Ah, good. That's good sentence. I visited my grandparents. Okay. Good use of past simple. That's good. Very good. All right. So I'll ask you again. What have you been doing this week, Ling Chi?
Um, I have
Been.
been hanging with friends and I visited my grandparents.
Okay, good. So just to make sure you are pronouncing that word correctly,
Okay,
hanging. I'll just send you in chat. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Can you see that, Ling Chi?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Can you read that for me, please?
Hanging out with my
Good.
friend.
Hanging out with my friends. Okay. Good. All right. I've been hanging out with my friends. Needs to be hanging and not hang.
Okay.
Okay. So when you are hanging out with your friends, where did you go?
Um, I go.
I went, past
Uh,
tense, remember? I
okay.
went.
I went to eating drinking coffee and um,
So did you go to a cafe?
yes.
Okay. So this is what you say. And what did you eat there? Ling Chi, what did you eat?
Um, I eat um Japan food. Japan
Uh,
food.
Japanese food.
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it to you in chat, what you should say. Okay, can you read that for me, please, Ling Chi?
I went to cafe where we drank coffee and ate Japanese food.
Good. Okay. So remember, have to say ate because that is past tense of eat. Okay.
Okay.
We ate and we say Japanese food, not Japan food. Okay.
Okay.
Just the same as we say Vietnamese food, not Vietnam food. We say Vietnamese food,
Okay.
Japanese food. Okay. Okay. So where did you go with your friends, Ling Chi?
I go.
I went.
I went. Um,
Keep reading. I went.
um,
Just read what I sent you in chat, Ling Chi.
Anh gửi trong cái tin nhắn cho con đấy.
uh, I went to a cafe where we drank coffee and ate Japanese food.
Good. Okay. Now your English is correct.
Okay.
Okay. And remember, drank is past tense of drink. So I have to say drank.
Okay.
Okay. Tang Lam. Xin chào.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Tang Lam?
I'm fine.
Good. And what have you been doing this week?
Mm, I uh
What have you been doing? Have you been meeting your friends?
I am going to school on Monday, Tuesday, and and
I went to school. Okay, remember, it has to be past tense. Okay, so you would say, I will send it to you in chat. Okay, Tang Lam?
okay.
Có nhìn trong tin nhắn thầy gửi cho con đây.
Thầy đã gửi rồi ạ.
Look in chat. Con bảo thầy đi, bảo thầy gửi lại đi. Thế là thầy gửi vào nhưng con vào sau nên con không nhìn thấy.
Okay, please read that, Tang Lam.
Đấy.
Okay. This week I went to school on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and
Good,
then
and
I
yeah,
had a paid holiday.
what? So what was next? Sorry, Tang Lam? And then
And
this
then
week I went to school on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then what else?
I have um
Then I had a holiday.
a holiday.
Then, okay, I'll send that to you in chat. A New Year's holiday, is that right?
Yes.
Holiday for the New Year's. Okay, can you read that, please, Tang Lam?
Con đọc chưa con?
This week I went to school on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I had a holiday to celebrate the New Year.
Good. Okay, so good. That's a more complex sentence, which is much better. Okay. So, Ling Chi.
Yes.
Không, cái tin
Okay, we'll practice same thing again. Ling Chi, what have you been doing this week? Ling Chi?
This week, I was, I have been hanging out with my friend, and I went to a cafe where we drank coffee and ate Japanese food.
Good. All right. And Tang Lam, what have you been doing this week?
This week I went to school on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then I have a tech holiday. I had a holiday to celebrate the New Year.
Good. All right. Much better. Correct English. Huang Viet. Chao Gon Huang Viet.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Huang Viet?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. All right. What have you been doing this week, Huang Viet?
I playing the football, hanging out with my friend, and watching TVs.
Okay. I will send that to you in chat. Okay. I will correct it for you. Okay. Just sending it to you in chat now. Okay, Hoàng Viet, can you read what I have just sent you, please?
I have been playing football, hanging out with my friends, and watching TV.
Okay, so just say I've. Don't need to say I have been. When we are talking, we make that shorter. Okay, so instead of saying I have, we just say I've. Can you read it again, please, Hoàng Viet?
I've
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've been.
I've been playing football, hanging out with my friends, and watching TV.
Okay, good. Much better. Much better. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to class for this afternoon. Happy New Year to all of you. And I hope 2026 has started well for you and your families. So there's just the three of us this afternoon, which is great because then I get to spend more time with each of you individually so I can help you a bit more. So today we're going to be looking at collocations. I'm going to share this book with you in just a moment, and we're going to be finding out what collocations are and why they are important and practicing them. Some of you might have heard this word before, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to share that with you now. Okay, Ling Chi, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read this for me, please? The first sentence.
A collocation is a pair of group of words that are often used together.
Good. A collocation, everyone, is a pair or group of words often used together. In English, there are thousands and thousands of collocations. Why are they important? Because English speakers speak in collocations all the time. They don't just think about each single word when they are making a sentence. They think in collocations. It actually makes speaking and writing English much easier because what you do, instead of learning each single word in a sentence, you learn the collocations or groups of words. Okay, once you remember those, much easier to communicate. That's why collocations are important. Okay. So a collocation is two or more words that often go together. So here are some collocations. Okay. Thăng Lam. Thăng Lam, oi.
Anh Lâm ơi,
Okay. Can you please read me these two collocations here?
Fast car and fast food.
Good. Okay. So fast cars, fast foods are words that go together. All right. We don't say these. Okay. These are not English collocations, even though they make grammatical sense. It's not how English speakers talk, these words. Hoàng Viet,
Yes,
can you please say these two?
cars,
Yeah, can you please read both the words?
quick cars,
Mm-hmm.
quick
And
food.
good. Okay, so we never say that. When we are talking about whether cars go fast or slow, we say fast cars or slow cars. We never say quick cars in English. Okay, or we never say quick food. We talk about fast food. Fast food, for example, is something like pizza or McDonald's, all right, or burgers. That is fast food. but we never say quick food in English. Just always we talk about fast food. Okay? So, for example, I might say to you, what did you have for dinner last night? And you might say, we had some fast food. Okay? So I know straight away when you say fast food what you are talking about. But you never say quick food. So these are some of the things we're going to be practicing this afternoon. Okay. So here is another collocation, all right? For example, we talk about take a photo, take a photo, take a photo, all right? Means to take a picture. So for example, we never say give a photo or made a photo. If we are going to take a picture of something, maybe one of our friends or somewhere we've been, we always use the collocation, take a photo. Can you please take a photo of me? Can you please take a photo of my mum? Okay, so that is another collocation. Like I say, in English, there are thousands of these, thousands of them. And the more of these you know, the more easier it is to communicate and the more easier it is to understand English speakers because collocations are used all the time, all the time. Okay. So for this, people who are learning English might say something like this. Ling Chi, can you say what I've highlighted, please?
I did a few mistakes.
Okay, which is not correct. All right? You always say instead, what do you say, Ling Chi?
I made a few mistakes.
Good. I made a few mistakes. If you make some mistakes, well, that is a collocation too. You never do mistakes. You always make mistakes. So the words make and mistakes go together, always. So you never did mistakes or do mistakes. You always make or made mistakes if you are talking in past tense. Okay, so I hope this will come clearer to you, hopefully, as we go through the lesson today. So again, just to remind you, we're talking about collocations. Collocations is a pair, which means two, by the way. Pair is the same as two. Talk about a pair of words, pair of shoes. Okay, a pair of socks. Pair just means two. Another way of saying two. So a collocation is a pair or two or more words that often go together in English. Just go very quickly over this next bit because it's a little bit confusing and not so important at this stage. Some words like these, even though they go together, okay, are not collocations. They are called compound words. All right? But like I say, don't need to worry about that too much at the moment. We're just studying collocations. Okay? Compound words are words that do go together, all right? But they only mean something when they both go together. Words like car park. Car park is a compound word, not a collocation. Post office is a compound word, not a collocation. Teapot is a compound word, not a collocation. Shoelace, compound word. But as I say, not going to worry too much about that. All right. Now, other words that go together, all right, such as this, pass the buck, is an idiom. Okay, idiom is also a group of words Okay, an idiom is also a group of words. Okay, but the meaning of an idiom cannot be guessed by knowing the meaning of the individual words. Idiom is often an almost slang or informal way of speaking. An idiom is a collocation, but it's a slang or informal way of speaking. Again, don't worry too much about this at the moment. Hopefully this will become clearer later on. Okay. So collocations are very useful, all right, because it gives you alternative ways of saying something which may be more colorful, which means more interesting or more expressive, okay, than just saying something like, for example, very cold and very dark. So, for example, if we are describing the weather outside, we can say, today is very cold. But the more interesting collocation in English is this. Thăng Lam, Thăng Lam.
Yes,
Okay, can you say what I've highlighted here, please?
bitterly cold.
Bitterly cold. Okay, bitterly cold. So we don't need to understand this word here. Okay, we don't need to understand this single word here. We just know that this collocation, these two words, bitterly cold, means the same as very cold. Does that make sense, Thăng Lam?
Yeah.
So you don't need to know what this word means, bitterly. Bitterly doesn't really make sense on its own. But when you put it together with the word cold, it's just another way of saying very cold. The same with this collocation here. Hoàng Việt,
Yes.
can you read this collocation here, please?
Pitch dark.
Okay, this word here is pronounced pitch. Pitch. Can you
Pitch.
pitch? Good. The T is silent in this word, by the way. So it's just pronounced pitch. Pitch dark. Pitch dark. Okay? What pitch dark means is very dark. But English speakers will say pitch dark because it is more colorful. It's a more interesting way of saying very dark. English speakers will say it was pitch dark outside, meaning it's very dark. There was no light. I couldn't see anything because it was pitch dark. Okay. Linh Chi.
Linh Chi ơi, Linh Chi,
Yeah.
chẳng là thầy gọi trả lời luôn chứ con.
Yes.
Okay, Ling Chi. What is another way we can say very cold?
Yeah.
What is the collocation for very cold I have just
Đây ạ.
shown you?
Thế nào gọi là
Yes.
con nói đi collocation với cái từ very cold thì nghĩa là có cái từ nào để tương tự như thế?
It is here, Ling Chi. Can you say that, please, Ling Chi?
Thầy hỏi cái gì đây? Bitterly cold thì kìa, nhắc lại những cái từ thầy đã bôi đậm vào đấy rồi. Cái từ very cold thì cái đấy là có thể nói thế nào?
Bitterly cold.
Cold.
Good, okay.
Cold.
Bitterly.
Tập trung vào.
Can you say again, please, Ling Chi? Bitterly cold.
Bitterly cold.
Good. Bitterly cold means the same as very cold. But English speakers will say bitterly cold because it is much more expressive and colorful, more interesting, instead of just saying just using the word very all the time.
Mọi người có nhớ
Okay.
cái từ bitterly là nghĩa là gì không? Bình thường cái từ bitter là gì không? Hoàng Việt biết từ đấy không Hoàng? Hoàng Việt.
In
Ờ,
English, sorry, Mrs. Ha.
no, because mọi
Dạ.
người mà nhớ là thầy gọi thì phải trả lời respond quickly please, okay? Because when we call them they are very slow to
Yes,
respond.
yes, yes. And there's only 3 of them, so I'll be
Yes.
talking to them often. Okay, so in English, you could use the word very all the time if you wanted, but that would mean you are only ever speaking very simple English. Very is a very simple word, too easy. Okay, to become a better English speaker, you have to learn collocations. Okay, now a lot of collocations have adverbs like this. Bitterly cold means the same as very cold. All right, Ling Chi.
Yes.
Okay, what collocation means the same as very dark?
Pitch dark.
Good, very good. Tang Lam.
Yes,
What collocation means the same as very cold?
bitterly cold.
Good. What collocation means the same as very dark?
Pitch dark.
Good. Huang Viet.
Yes.
What collocation means the same as very cold?
Bitterly cold.
Good. And what collocation means the same as very dark?
Pitch dark.
Good. Okay, now you are starting to sound like English speakers. Okay, you are starting to use more colorful language. Great. Okay, here are some questions for you. Question 1. Ling Chi.
Yes.
Okay, Ling Chi, what is a collocation? Can you remember?
Thầy đang hỏi what is the
Collocation.
collocation? Collocation là gì nào?
Collocation is
Read
word
this,
of
Ling Chi. Read this.
Group đấy, cái chữ đang khái niệm từ đầu đấy. Đọc cái đấy lên.
a collocation is a pair of group of words that are often used together.
Good. Okay. Tang Lam, what is a collocation?
Collocation is a pair of group of words that are often used together.
Good. Huang Viet, what is a collocation?
Thầy đang hỏi collocation là gì? Con chỉ đọc cái khái niệm lên. Collocation là gì đấy? Là a pair of groups of words đấy.
A collocation is a pair or group of words that are often used together.
Good. Okay. Very good. How many, by the way, Ling Chi, how many is a pair? How many?
How
Yeah, if I say a pair of words, how many words is that?
I think it's
Có 2 chữ nhưng có bao nhiêu? Có nhiều khi 2 chữ, có nhiều khi có nhiều hơn. Có bao nhiêu chữ thì tạo thành collocation? At least ít nhất là bao nhiêu cái chữ thì mới tạo thành một collocation được? A moment, please, teacher, give me some minutes
Sure.
because I need to explain something more.
Sure.
Too slow. Bây giờ các con hiểu chưa nhỉ? Dạy cái này mãi rồi và từ trước đến nay mình học rồi và bác cũng dạy rất nhiều cho mấy đứa rồi. Có nghĩa là gì? Cái collocation là gì? Collocation là cái từ nào nó đi chạm nhé. Bây giờ giống như là mình nói là mình ăn cơm thì mình có thể là gì nhỉ? Là eat rice hay là eat food, không ai nói là drink a food cả. Có hiểu không nhỉ? Còn đấy chính là collocation của nó, là mình dụ như mình không ai mình nói là mình uống thức ăn cả, hay là mình không nói là mình ăn nước. Ý là như thế, nhưng trong tiếng Việt mình cũng thế, nó gọi là cái collocation của nó, hiểu chưa? Mà đã như thế thì bao giờ thường collocation thì cái minimum của nó phải ít nhất là phải có 2 từ, hay là giống như mình đi với cái từ là interested thì bao giờ phải đi với từ in, đúng không? Fun thì fun đi với gì? Fun đi với of. Đấy nó cũng chính là collocation của nó. Hay là gì? Pha trà là gì? Thì mình không thể nói là mình do tea được, mình phải nói là make tea hay là make coffee. Ta hiểu ý chứ nhỉ? Thế giờ
Rồi.
thầy đang hỏi các con là cái collocation là gì. Thế nó có cái khái niệm lù lù ở trên đây này, đọc lên thôi. Là gì đấy? Đó chỉ là gì nhỉ? Đó là a pair of, đó là a group of words, đúng không? That are often used together. Hôm trước thằng là hỏi thằng Lâm Bé nó trả lời rất là rõ ràng rồi đó. Mọi người chú ý tập trung nó vào. Hôm nay hai đứa nó nghỉ cho nên là có mấy đứa thoải mái thời gian để nói. Thank you teacher.
Cảm ơn bác Hà. Okay, so Linh Chi, how many is a pair? How many?
Is less two words.
It is
At
two.
least không phải. Yeah.
At least
Okay.
two words.
Yeah, okay. A pair is always two. Okay, in chat, everyone. Okay. You can see what a pair, a few, and several mean. So, Tang Lam,
Yes.
how many words is a pair of words? See what I've sent you in chat. Tang Lam?
A pair, two.
Two. Okay. A pair of words means two words. Okay. A pair of socks means two socks. Everyone. A pair of shoes. Huang Viet.
Yes.
A pair of shoes is how many shoes?
Two.
Correct. A pair, okay? The word you can see, I've sent you all in chat. A pair always means two. A pair of what? A pair of cats. Ling Chi, how many cats? A pair of cats. Ling Chi, oi.
Linh Chi ơi, thầy gọi con kìa.
Yeah.
Ling Chi, a pair of cats. How many cats?
Two cats.
Good.
Đúng rồi.
Okay. Good. A pair of dogs. Pang Lam, how many dogs?
Anh Lâm thầy hỏi. A pair of dog.
How many dogs, Tang Lam?
A pair of là bằng 2 rồi mà phải nghĩ cái gì nữa nhỉ? A pair of thì thầy nói là bao nhiêu dog thì a pair of dogs bằng two dogs. Con trả lời luôn xem nào.
Two dogs.
Two. Okay, remember a pair. I've sent this to you, everyone, in chat. Please look at chat. Okay. A pair always means two. So, pair of cats, two cats. Pair of dogs, two dogs. Pair of shoes, two shoes. Okay. Pair always means two. All right. So, the next one. Huang Viet.
Yes.
How many is a few?
Three.
Correct. A few means three. So if I say, oh, look, there are a few dogs in the street. There are a few dogs in the street. How many dogs are there? Huang Viet?
Three. Three dogs.
Correct. 3 dogs. There are a few dogs. If I say, Ling Chi.
Linh Chi thầy hỏi. Okay.
Okay. Ling Chi, if I say, oh, there are a few people in the park. How many people?
Three people.
3 people, correct. A few people is 3. A pair of people is 2. Okay. Tang Lam.
Yes.
Several. How many is several?
Several to 4.
Correct. Several is 4. So if I say there are several people in the park. Tang Lam, how many people?
4 people.
Correct. Okay. Huang Viet.
Yes.
If I say there are a few people in the park, how many people?
2 people. And 3 people.
Correct. Ling Chi.
Yes.
If I say there are several people in the park, how many people?
4 people.
Correct. Okay. So the words a pair, a few, and 3 Okay, that is how many. All right, those words mean a pair, a few, and several. Very common in English, very common. Okay, please give me a few pieces of cake. Tang Lam, please give me a few pieces of cake. How many pieces of cake do I want?
3 cake.
Correct. Huang Viet,
Yes.
please give me several glasses of water. How many glasses of water do I want?
4.
Correct. Okay, now you're getting better. So a pair is 2, a few is 3, several is 4. All right. All right, so now we know what a collocation is. Collocation is a pair or a group of words that often go together in English. It's important to learn collocations because it's much easier than learning single words, much easier to learn groups of words together because many English sentences are just made up of groups of words that go together all the time. Okay, question 2. Huang Viet, I will start with you this time. Which of these words does fast collocate with? Okay. Which of these words, actually everyone, I will get you to send me, so you can all do it, in chat, please. Okay, please send me in chat. Okay. Remember, collocate means to go with. So, which of these words does fast go together with? Do we talk about fast car? Do we talk about fast food? Do we talk about fast glance? Glance, by the way, means to look at something. To look at something quickly. Do we talk about fast meal? So, which of these words, and there's more than one, does fast collocate with? Please send me in chat your selection of words. Just need to send me the words, okay? Don't need to say fast all the time. Thank you, Huang Viet. You are correct. Tang Lam, Ling Chi, please send me your answer. Okay, that's good, Ling Chi. Tang Lam? You are correct also. Very good. Okay, so we say fast car, fast food. We don't say fast glance. Okay, we just don't. And we never say fast meal. Always talk about fast food. All right. Now, this one, a bit more of a test. Might be a bit difficult for you, but I just want to see if you can do any of these. All right? Making collocations, groups of words from all of these words. So, first of all, let me see if anyone can just make one collocation. One collocation. So, I've already shown you one. Okay? Showed you this before. Bitterly and cold. Bitterly and cold means what, Ling Chi? If I say, oh, it's bitterly cold outside, I mean what?
Very
Ling
cold.
Chi? Yes, correct. Bitterly cold. But English speakers will say bitterly cold, not very cold, because bitterly is just more interesting, more colorful. So, bitterly cold is one collocation here. So, Huang Viet,
Yes.
can you find another collocation somewhere in these words?
Pitch dark.
Correct. Very good. Pitch dark. What does that mean, Huang Viet?
It means very dark.
Correct. Pitch dark. It's pitch dark outside. Can't see anything. No light. Okay. And again, it's just a more interesting way of saying very dark. English speakers don't use very all the time. Of course, you can say very, but if that's all you can say, then your English will always be at a very low level. Need to learn the more interesting ways of saying something. Tang lam, tang lam.
Yes.
Can you see any collocations here? Anything you recognize? Any words you think can go together?
Bitterly.
Yeah, that we haven't already had. So far we've had bitterly cold, which means very cold. We've had pitch dark, which means very dark. Anything else you can recognize out of this? Now, I know some of these words you won't know. Okay, but just see, are there any? For example, this word here. What is this word here? Tang lam? TV. Okay. All right. What word do you think is a collocation with TV?
Television.
No. What word goes with? Remember, a collocation, you have to put two words together. So we have bitterly cold. Okay. Pitch dark. What is another word from here that can make a collocation with TV?
I think
it is something you should all know. This is quite simple.
dark.
Sorry?
I think dark.
Dark?
Yeah.
Dark TV doesn't make sense. Sorry, Tang Lam. Wang Viet.
Yes.
What is a word that goes with TV from this list?
What TV?
Correct. Watch TV. Okay, Tang Lam? Tang Lam, oi.
Yes.
Okay, we talk about watch TV. Okay? Watch and TV go together. I'm going to watch TV tonight. We don't say see TV, even though watch and see are very similar words. They have similar meanings. We talk about we will watch TV or watch a movie.
Okay.
Okay? Watch and TV go together. Ling Chi.
Yes.
Can you see any other collocation here that you recognize? Okay. This word here, Ling Chi.
Make a mistake.
Correct. Make mistakes. Good. That is a collocation. We make mistakes. So we don't do mistakes. We make mistakes. All right? So that's a collocation. Wang Viet.
Yes.
Any other collocation you can see? What about this word?
Strictly forbidden.
Oh, that's very good. Very good, Wang Viet. Strictly forbidden is a collocation. What does strictly forbidden mean, Wang Viet? Do you know what that means? If I say to you, oh, you can't do that, that is strictly forbidden, what does that mean? Can you explain that?
Ban.
Ban. It means you can't do it. Okay? You are not allowed to do something. All right?
Yes.
So, for example, if I say to you, smoking a cigarette in class is strictly forbidden. Do you understand that sentence?
Yes.
Yeah, it means you can never smoke a cigarette in the classroom. Okay, Ling Chi.
Yes.
Okay, so here's a new collocation maybe for you. Strictly forbidden. All right. just means you are not allowed to do something. Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So again, why is this important? It means you don't need to understand the meaning of each single word. You don't need to understand what does strictly mean. Doesn't matter. But you just need to understand the meaning of the collocation. All right. And
Okay.
like I say, the more of these collocations that you learn, the easier speaking and writing and reading English will become. Strictly forbidden means you can't do something. For example, it is strictly forbidden to use your smartphone in class. Okay?
Okay.
Means you can't use your smartphone in class. It is strictly forbidden. Just means you can't do it. Tang Lam.
Yes.
Okay? Strictly forbidden means you can't do it. Okay, Tang Lam?
Okay.
This is a collocation. These two words go together, strictly and forbidden. And as I keep saying, why are we doing this? Because it means we don't need to learn the meaning of each single word. We just learn the meaning of the collocation or group of words. Makes it much easier to learn English. All right, where did I get up to? Ling Chi,
Yeah.
can you see any more collocations? Any more collocations? Anything you recognize or you think goes together?
I think it's pitch dark.
Yeah, we've done that. We've done
Oh.
pitch dark. Something new. Something new.
Make
Okay.
accident.
Make an accident.
Yes.
I can't see accident there. Are you looking at this word?
Yes.
That word is not accident. Okay, this word here is ancient. Can you say that, please? Ancient. Ancient. Do you know what ancient means, Ling Chi? Any idea?
Is
If you don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, I know some of these words will be new. Okay, so don't worry if you don't know.
Yes.
Ancient means very old. Okay?
Okay.
Ancient just means very old. Something that is ancient is very, very old. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So ancient, actually, I will show you shortly what word that goes with. Okay. But ancient means very, very old.
Okay.
Okay. Tang Lam.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
say this word, please? Ancient.
Ancient.
Ancient. What does it mean, Tang Lam?
Nghĩa là gì?
Very old.
Very, very old. Okay. Huang Viet.
Yes,
What does ancient mean?
very old.
Very, very old. Okay. Very, very old. Good. So maybe a new word for some of you. Ancient. Okay. Now, the word ancient goes together. Again, I know you will not know this, but I will show you anyway, just to introduce you. Goes with this one, monument. A monument is something like a statue, okay? Or something like the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, which I'm sure you are all familiar with. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum is a monument. A monument is something like a statue or a big building, something that is built or made in memory of someone or something. Do they understand that, Mrs. Ha? You think?
I think so.
Monument. Okay, monument is a statue or a building or a sculpture, okay, that is made in memory of someone or something from the past.
Mấy từ đấy mọi người hiểu hết cái gì đúng không? Monument là cái đài tưởng niệm đấy. Yeah, okay, I understand.
Okay, so ancient and monument just means very old monument. Okay, very old monument. Maybe a very old statue or a very old sculpture. Ancient means very old. Monument, something that is built to remember something. All right. Make this a little bit easier if I can. An effort. Hoang Viet.
Yes.
An effort. What word goes with this to make a collocation?
Make an effort.
Is very good. Okay, you are good at this, Hoang Viet. Make an effort means to what, Hoang Viet? To make an effort means to do what?
Attempt.
Good. Attempt or try. Attempt or try. Ling Chi,
Yes.
make an effort. Can you say that, please?
Make an effort.
Make an effort means to try. Okay?
Okay.
I will make an effort to learn English. Means what, Ling Chi? I will make an effort to learn English.
Okay.
Yeah, what does that mean? If I say to you, I will make an effort to learn English, what does that mean?
Is
I will.
I will.
What did I say make an effort means? Make an effort means?
Make an effort
Means to try.
to try.
Okay? Yeah. I will try to learn English. I will make an effort to learn English.
Okay.
Means the same thing. Okay, Ling Chi?
Okay.
Okay. Hoang Viet.
Yes.
Sorry, Hoang Viet. Sorry, I meant Tang Lam. Tang Lam.
Yes.
What does make an effort mean? Make an effort. Means to try. Okay? Try. T-R-Y. Make an effort means to try. I will make an effort to get a high score in maths. I will try to get a high score in maths. Okay, Tang Lam?
Okay.
Make an effort means to try. Okay. Tang Lam. Actually, I'll continue with you. Tang Lam,
Yes.
what is this word here?
Breakfast.
Good. Okay. Which word here goes with breakfast?
Have breakfast.
Have breakfast. Correct. Have breakfast. And there's another one as well. There is another one.
Make breakfast.
Correct. Very good. Make breakfast. Okay. Make breakfast is a collocation. So we don't say do breakfast. All right. We always say make breakfast. I will make breakfast. I will make breakfast. I will have breakfast is also correct. Good. Hoang Viet.
Yes.
Okay, any more you can see? So strictly forbidden was very good. Any more?
Powerful engine.
Very good. Powerful. Engine. Powerful in... Sorry, Mrs. Ha?
I know. Sorry.
Okay. Powerful engine. Okay. So an engine, of course, is what you have in your car or motorcycle. What makes your car or motorcycle go is the engine. Powerful means it's very strong. Okay, so
Yes.
if you have a very strong engine, means your car or motorcycle can go fast. Ling Chi, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, powerful just means strong. Okay, but we never talk about a strong engine. The collocation is always powerful engine. Powerful engine. Remember, powerful just means strong. If you have a strong engine in your car or motorcycle, means you can go very fast. All right, Ling Chi.
Yes.
Okay, so far we have make an effort. We have ancient monument. They are collocations. We have bitterly what? Ling Chi? Bitterly?
Bitterly cold.
Correct. Very cold. Okay. We have make breakfast. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We have dark. We have pitch dark. Okay, means very dark. We have powerful engine.
Yes.
Okay. We have strictly
Children.
what? Strictly
Forbidden.
for good. Strictly forbidden means you can't do this. You are not allowed. Something is strictly forbidden. You can't do it. We have, what was the collocation with this, Ling Chi?
Make a mistake.
Correct. Talk about make mistakes. We make mistakes. We never do mistakes. It's always, the collocation is always make mistakes. All right. What else do we have? Ling Chi, have what? Have
breakfast.
good. Have breakfast. Very good. Again, make what? Make
An effort.
make an effort. Very good. You're doing very well, Ling Chi. Now you are getting the idea of collocations. Okay. Meal. Oh, this is a tricky one. Quang Viet.
Yes.
Meal. What do you think? How can
Um,
we make a collocation with meal?
substantial meal.
Very good. Okay. Again, this word might be new to you, Ling Chi and Tang Lam. Substantial just means very big. Something that is very big. Okay, Tang Lam?
Okay.
Substantial means what? Tang Lam? Substantial. Can you say the word first, please? Substantial.
Substantial.
Yeah, good. Substantial means what did I say, Tang Lam?
Very big.
Good. So we have a very big, a substantial. What is this word?
Meal.
Good. Meal. Meal means like food, like breakfast or dinner or lunch is a meal. Okay. So a substantial meal just means we have a lot of food. Okay, Tang Lam?
Okay.
Okay, substantial meal. Substantial means, again, I know you are learning some new words this afternoon, but that's good. You are learning some new collocations. So if you talk about substantial meal, as Huang Viet said, just means very big meal, a lot of food. Okay, we'll continue with this. Huang Viet. Huang Viet,
Yes.
monument. What was the collocation with that?
Ancient monument.
Good.
Monument.
Good. Ancient monument. Very old monument. A monument, you might remember, means a statue or a building that has been made in memory of someone or something. For example, Ho Chi Minh has a monument. Okay? The mausoleum is a monument to Ho Chi Minh. All right. Pitch, Huang Viet. What did pitch go with?
Pitch dark.
Correct. Very dark. Powerful.
Powerful engine.
Correct. Strictly.
Strictly forbidden.
Good. Substantial.
Substantial meal.
Correct. TV.
What TV?
Good. Okay. Very good. So now hopefully the idea of collocations is making sense to you. We learn these groups of words, not just the single words. Much easier to learn groups of words. To speak using groups of words is much easier than trying to remember every single little word. We speak and write using groups of words. Okay. Are there any questions so far? All right, keep going with this. Trying to find you ones that are not too complex, not too complicated. No, I won't worry about these. These are a little bit confusing. Or will I? No, because some of these are idioms you will not be familiar with. I will look at those later. Now, going to stop the share because I'm going to share something else with you now, very similar, means the same as collocations. All right, so we're going to look at a little bit of a video. This teacher is called Keith. His name is Keith. 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 And he's going to be talking about something very similar to collocations. So I'm going to play you part of the video, okay, and show you how these collocations can also work to help you speak better. Now, I just need to make sure, actually, before I do that, that you can hear the sound. Yes, you should be able to hear the sound. Okay. Huang Viet, can you see the video on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So everyone, please watch and listen to this.
Today, I'm going to show you a simple technique that can dramatically improve your fluency. And it just takes 5 minutes a day. Hello, my friends. It's Keith from the Keith Speaking Academy. And here today to help you become a more fluent speaker of English.
By the way, the word fluent, everyone, just means to be more smooth, okay, and not to have any gaps or pauses when you are talking. Okay, so to be able to speak any language fluently means you are not stopping all the time. Someone who is a fluent speaker of Vietnamese, they can talk in complete sentences. Sorry, Bakhar, did you want to say something? Okay, so to speak fluently means you are not stopping all the time to try and think of the next word. To speak fluently means you can speak in complete sentences.
Now, this one technique I mentioned is called the chunking method. Now, you've probably heard of this. I've talked about it a little bit before.
So he's using the word chunking instead of collocations. Okay? Chunking and collocations mean the same.
But I want to make it crystal clear.
Okay. This, by the way, is a collocation. Okay? Crystal clear means something is very easy to understand. Crystal clear. Can you say that, please, Ling Chi? Sorry, Ling Chi, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I also cannot my voice. Con nói xem nào, crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
Mọi người có biết crystal clear, crystal nghĩa là gì không? Nó là thủy tinh á. Tức là khi mình làm cái gì đó mình cho một cái nghĩa của nó thật là rõ ràng để ai cũng có thể hiểu được. Thì người ta gọi là crystal clear, okay?
Okay. So crystal, everyone, it's a word a bit like bitterly cold. Crystal just means very. Okay, but these two words go together. They're a collocation. So if someone says to you, it's crystal clear, it just means something very clear, easy to understand. Okay, very simple. I want to make it crystal clear. I want to make it easy to understand for you. Crystal clear. Thang Lam.
Yes.
Can you say crystal clear, please? Crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
Good, crystal clear. Huang Viet?
Crystal clear.
Very good. Good pronunciation, Huang Viet. So again, crystal, it's similar to bitterly cold. Instead of saying very, there is another word here. Okay? And in this case, crystal clear is a collocation, just means something is very clear, very easy to understand, very easy to follow.
Super easy for you today so that you can start practicing this straight away today and get into that habit of 5 minutes a day practicing this chunking. Sound good? Great. So In this video, I'm going to show you how this works, how you can practice, and then we'll finish up with a little story to review this. Let's do it. Now then, one of the reasons you're not fluent yet is probably because you focus on individual words. And this is quite normal for students to do. The thing is, proficient speakers and native speakers.
Okay, proficient, by the way, I don't expect you to remember all the words I'm telling you, by the way. I know I'm giving you a lot of new words this afternoon. Proficient, someone who is proficient means they are very good at something. You can be a proficient speaker, means you are very good at language. You can be proficient at maths, very good at maths. You can be a proficient badminton player, means you are very good badminton player. Proficient just means you are very good at something. Proficient.
Mà Lâm với anh nhớ chưa nhỉ? Lâm với anh với Chi hiểu chưa nhỉ? Proficient là gì? Nó là gì? Nó là cái sự thành thạo, sự trôi chảy, rất là giỏi ấy ha. Proficient. Ok. Nếu mà không nhớ thì phải ghi nó vào. Cái từ proficient thì nó giống như là cái từ fluently ấy, hiểu không? Nó kiểu thế.
Okay, Ling Chi, can you say proficient, please? Proficient.
Profession.
Good. Thang Lam?
Proficient.
Good. Hoàng Viet?
Proficient.
Good. For example, you are all proficient speakers of Vietnamese. You are all proficient speakers of Vietnamese. You are very good Vietnamese speakers. Proficient just means very good.
We don't focus on individual words. We focus on chunks, 2 or 3 words together. And we speak with chunks and we think in chunks.
So again, just remember the word chunks means the same as collocations, groups of words. Individual, by the way, just means single words. Individual and single mean the same.
You focus on individual words, it slows you down, and it's because normally you've learned through writing and reading English. And so you're focusing on the written word that you see is individual words. But when we speak, we don't think in words, we think in sounds. And we speak with sounds. So each chunk is a sound rather than an individual word, right? When I say, I don't say when I say when I say. It sounds almost Japanese, when I say. But I think in sounds. And so it's much easier to speak with more flow and more fluently. It's a bit like when you go shopping and you take bananas. And if you take an individual banana, put it in your bag, and another, boom, and another, it's quite slow. If you take a bunch of bananas, it's much quicker. And it's the same with chunks. It's a bunch of words put into one sound. That's the secret. Now, there are different kinds of chunks. There are grammatical chunks and there are lexical chunks. Let me give you a few examples today. Grammatical chunks, we've got verb chunks like I tend to, I'm used to, I find it easy to, I'd like to. Okay. Adverbial chunks, I'm sure you know, at the moment, by and large, at the end of the day. And when we say these, we just say them as one sound, one chunk, right? By and large. By and large. By and large.
A little bit long. I'm afraid they cannot catch up.
Okay, that's fine. I was going to just play all of it and then go back just a little bit for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mrs. Ha?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Large, meaning generally speaking, by and large. Okay, so verb chunks, adverbial chunks. So these chunks are our building blocks, and as we put them together, we build and speak with more flow and more fluency. And the more you use them, and the more you think in this way, the more fluent you're going to become. Let's move on.
If you're preparing for the Ielts test, I want to give you a link to the most powerful
Great. Let's have a look at this 5-minute a day fluency drill. So we're going to look at 3 chunks, 3 verb chunks that we can practice with. And then later we'll add some adverb chunks. So the verb chunk is what you do. The adverb chunk is how you do it. And then we'll start building with blocks. So the first chunk we've got is over here. I tend to do something, meaning I usually do something. It's a habit, right? I tend to. Okay, so instead of saying I tend to, we say I tend to. That means repeat. I tend to. Wake up early. Wake up early. Another chunk. Wake up early. Good. Together, I tend to wake up early. Got it. Hear the difference between I tend to wake up early and I tend to wake up early.
Okay, so I know I've played you quite a bit there. I don't expect you to understand all of it. But what he is introducing here is another set of collocations, although he is calling them chunks, okay? Words that go together, all right, that enable you to communicate more easily. So something that you tend to do means something that you usually do every day, okay? A habit. I tend to. In this case, his example is, I tend to wake up early. All right? Means something that you usually do. I usually wake up early. So I'm going to ask you a set of questions, everyone. Okay? And I want you to give me your answer, beginning with the collocation or chunk, I tend to. You'll notice he pronounces this very quickly. So instead of saying the individual words very slowly and clearly, such as I tend to, all this becomes like one word. I tend to, I tend to, I tend to. Ling Chi.
Yes.
Ling Chi, can you say this, please? I tend to, I tend to,
I tend to.
I tend to.
I tend to.
Good. Tang Lam.
Attend to.
Good. Huang Viet.
I tend to.
Okay, so again, you can see these are 3 separate words, but in English, it is pronounced almost like one word and very quickly. And you don't need to worry about the individual meaning of each word. This collocation or chunk just means usually, means the same as usually. I tend to, I tend to. All right, so I'm going to ask each of you, what do you have for breakfast in the morning? What do you usually have for breakfast? And I want to give me the answer using this collocation or chunk, okay? So, Huang Viet, I'll start with you.
Yes.
Huang Viet, what do you usually have for breakfast?
I tend to eat bread in the morning.
Good. Good. Very good. I tend to eat bread every morning. Okay. Can you say it a little bit quicker, Huang Viet? I tend to.
I tend to.
Okay. Now say the whole sentence, please. What do you usually have for breakfast, Huang Viet?
I tend to eat bread in the morning.
Good. I tend to eat bread in the morning. I tend to eat bread. You can hear I tend to is coming when I'm saying it. It's like one word. Okay. I tend to. I tend to. Not 3 different words. You run the words of the collocation together. All right? This is
Yes.
what helps you sound more fluent. And this is how English speakers talk all the time. Ling Chi, your turn.
Yes.
What do you usually have for breakfast in the morning, Ling Chi?
I tend to
Nói nhanh con, nói nhanh, nối âm nhanh lên.
I tend to eat breakfast early.
What do you have for breakfast, though? What sort of food?
I tend to
I tend to eat. I tend to eat.
I tend to eat breakfast early.
No. What do you have for breakfast? What sort of food, Ling?
Bread and sausage
Sorry, bread and
sauce.
sauce.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so your answer would be, if I say, what do you usually have for breakfast in the morning? You would say, I tend to have bread and sauce. I tend to have bread and sauce. All right?
Okay.
What do you usually have for breakfast in the morning, Ling Chi?
I tend to have bread and sauce.
Good. Okay, I tend to. So remember to treat I tend to, you can all see this on your screen, treat it just like one word instead of 3 words. I tend to. I tend to have bread and sauce. Okay. I tend to have rice and milk. All right. I tend to have noodles. Whatever it is you usually have. Remember, I tend to just means usually. Tang lam. Tang lam.
Yes.
All right. What do you usually have for breakfast in the morning, Tang lam?
I tend to have bread at breakfast.
I tend to have bread at breakfast. Good. I tend to. Good. Next question. Same thing again. Your answer must begin with I tend to. Huang Viet,
Yes,
what time do you usually go to bed at night?
I tend to wake up at 6 p.m. in the morning.
Okay, have to listen carefully to the question. What time do you usually go to bed at night, Huang Viet?
I tend to 6 p.m. in the morning.
No, what time do you go to bed? Means what time do you go to sleep?
At 9 p.m.
Okay, so I'll ask you the question again. What time do you usually go to bed?
I
Huang
tend
Viet?
to 9 p.m. go to
I
bed.
tend to go to bed at 9 p.m.
I tend to go to bed at 9 p.m.
Okay, ask you one more time so you can practice. What time do you usually go to bed, Huang Viet?
I tend to go to bed at 9 p.m.
Correct. Very good. Ling Chi.
Yes.
Okay, do you know what I want you to do, Ling Chi?
Yes.
Okay. What time do you usually go to bed, Ling Chi?
I tend to go to bed at 11 p.m.
Good. Very good English. Very good. Sounding like a native speaker, Ling Chi. Very good. Tang Lam.
Yes.
What time do you go to bed usually? I tend to
I tend to
go to bed
go to bed
at
11 p.m.
11 p.m. Okay. Ask you one more time so it sounds more fluent. What time do you usually go to bed, Tang Lam?
I tend to go to bed at 12 p.m.
Okay, good. Tend to go to bed at 12. Actually, you would say 12 a.m. means the same as midnight. 12 p.m. is lunchtime in English. Okay, so you would go to bed at 12 a.m. Okay. Huang Viet,
Yes.
what time do you usually go to school?
I tend to go to school at 7 a.m.
Very good. Perfect. Ling Chi,
Yes.
Ling Chi, what time do you usually go to school in the morning?
I tend to school at 7 a.m.
Good. I tend to go to school at 7 a.m. Good. Tang Lam,
Yes.
what time do you usually go to school in the morning?
I tend to go to school at 7 a.m.
Very good. Okay. Now you are getting better at this. So again, just remember, I tend to is a collocation, a group of words that you stay instead of usually. Okay. I tend to. I tend to. This is a collocation English speakers use all the time. I tend to. I tend to. Hoàng Việt.
Yes.
Okay. What time do you usually wake up at the weekend? What time do you usually wake up at the weekend?
I tend to wake up at 8 a.m.
Good. Very good English, Hoàng Việt. Linh Chi.
Yes.
What time do you usually wake up at the weekend?
Weekend. I often wake up.
I tend to.
I tend to wake up at 10 a.m.
Okay, good. All right. Remember, we're practicing I tend to. That's what we're practicing. Thăng Lam.
Yes,
What time do you usually wake up at the weekend?
I tend to wake up at uh at 11 a.m. on
Good.
weekend.
Good. Very good. Okay, you're getting better. This is good. So we will keep practicing I tend to. Okay, just getting you used to this one collocation. I tend to. Hoàng Việt.
Yes.
How do you usually go to school?
I tend to walk to school.
Great. I tend to walk to school. Very good. Linh Chi.
Yes.
How do you usually go to school?
I tend to go to bicycle.
Aha. I tend to. Here is another collocation, Ling Chi. Okay. Here's another collocation. Ride my bicycle.
Ride my bicycle.
Okay. That is another collocation. So now you have two collocations. Ling Chi, can you see how speaking in collocations makes communication easier? Okay, so instead of thinking of all the words that say means I usually go by taking my bike, okay, you just say I tend to ride my bicycle.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Okay.
So you are speaking there in two collocations, two groups of words to make the sentence, all right?
Okay. Bye.
Okay, so it means you don't need to try and think of each single word that makes up the sentence. You just think of the collocations. Ride my bicycle is a collocation. Okay, I tend to is a collocation. So again, Ling Chi, how do you usually go to school in the morning?
I tend to ride my bicycle.
Very good. Very good, Ling Chi. You are sounding very fluent. Collocations make you sound fluent. Thăng Lam.
Yes,
How do you usually go to school in the morning? How do you usually get to school?
I
tend to
go to school by. I tend to walk to school.
Okay, good. I tend to walk to school. All right. I'll ask you again so you can have practice. Thăng Lam, how do you usually go to school in the morning? Thăng Lam?
I tend to walk to school in the morning.
Very good. I tend to walk to school in the morning. Good. Means you usually walk to school in the morning. Hoàng Việt.
Yes.
Okay. Do you usually do your homework in the morning or at night?
I tend to do my homework at night.
Good. I tend to do my homework at night. Very good. Very good English, Hoàng Việt. Perfect. Linh Chi.
Yes.
Do you usually do your homework in the morning or at night?
I tend to do my homework at night.
Good. Thang Lam,
Yes.
do you usually do your homework in the morning or at night?
I
I tend to.
I tend to do my homework at night.
Good. Good English. I tend to. Again, we're just going to keep practicing this now to the end of the lesson, okay? Because I just want you to make this a habit, okay? That you always think of I tend to, okay? When you are talking about something that you usually do, okay? Juan Viet,
Yes.
do you enjoy watching movies or reading books more?
I tend to watch TV more.
Okay, good. I tend to watch TV more. Very good. Very good English again, Huang Viet. You're doing very well with this. Ling Chi,
Yes.
do you usually read books or watch movies?
I tend to watch TV or movie.
Okay. Tang Lam,
Yes.
do you usually read books or watch TV?
I tend to watch TV.
Good. I tend to watch TV. Excellent. All right. Huang Viet.
Yes.
Okay. Um, do you usually do exercise during the week?
Can you read again?
Okay. This one a little bit harder. Little bit harder. Okay. Do you usually do some exercise during the week? For example, do you play badminton or basketball, or do you go
Yes,
for
yes,
a
yes.
walk or jogging?
Uh,
Okay. I
I
tend
tend
to.
I tend to play football in the weekend.
I tend to play football at the weekend or every weekend. Which one? Wang Viet?
Um, uh, at the weekend.
Okay, good. Either one is correct, by the way. Either one is correct. I tend to play football at the weekend. I tend to play football every weekend. Both are correct. The meaning is slightly different. Okay? But very good. Ling Chi,
Yes.
same question for you. Do you usually do some exercise during the week? For example, play sport like badminton, basketball, or go for a walk or ride your bike? Do you usually do some exercise during the week?
During the week, I tend to play badminton with my friend or my dad.
Very good. Excellent complex sentence, Ling Chi. Very good. During the week, I tend to play badminton with my friends or with my dad. Great sentence, Ling Chi. Okay, and last one for you. Tang Lam,
Yes.
do you usually do any sort of exercise during the week?
Um.
Did you hear what the other people said, Tang Lam? Okay, so Huang Viet says he tends to play football at the weekend. Ling Chi said she tends to play badminton with her friends or with her dad. What about you, Tang Lam?
I tend to go I tend to play basketball.
Okay, I tend to play basketball when, Tang Lam? every day or just on some days?
I tend to play basketball on Saturday.
Very good. Okay. I'll ask you one more time, Tang Lam. Okay. What exercise do you usually do during the week, Tang Lam?
I tend to play basketball on Saturday.
Okay, very good, Tang Lam. Good sentence. Okay, everyone. That is the end of the lesson for this afternoon. So, what we have learned today, of course, we've learned about collocations or chunks. Collocations or chunks. What's a collocation, Ling Chi? Can you remember? What is a collocation?
It's a pair of words.
Yeah, a pair or group of words that what?
That pupil.
That often what? A pair or group of words that often.
That often.
Two more words. Often
Two more
go.
words.
Yeah, often go what? A collocation is a pair or group of words that often go.
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 What?
Huang Viet, can you help her, please? A collocation is a pair or group of words that often go what?
Yes.
Yeah, what is the next word? One more word to finish the sentence. A collocation is a pair or
It's
group of
a
words.
pair.
Yeah, a pair or group of words that often go what? Begins with T, the next word. A collocation is a pair or group of words that often go. Can you think of the next word? The last word begins with T. Ling Chi, can you remember? A collocation is a pair or group of words that often go.
Often go.
Next word begins with T.
Together.
Very good, Huang Viet. Excellent. Together. Okay, Ling Chi?
Okay.
Okay. Collocation is a pair or group of words, meaning more than two words, often go together, such as I tend to, bitterly cold, pitch dark, substantial meal, make breakfast. Okay, all these are collocations. How do you go to school, Ling Chi? How do you go to school?
I tend to go to school at 7 a.m.
How do you go to school? How?
I go to school in my bicycle.
Yeah, I ride my bike.
Yes.
Okay. Ride my bike is a collocation. Ride my bike. Ride my bike. Ride my motorcycle.
Okay. Ride my
Okay.
bike.
Yeah, good. Again, another collocation. We do collocations because it makes speaking and reading and writing English much easier because we just practice groups of words, not single words. Okay, so I hope that's helped you. We will continue more with this next week. So thank you everyone for coming this afternoon. Again, Happy New Year to you and your families. Okay, hope you enjoy the rest of your day today. I will see you all again next Sunday. Bye Huang Viet. Bye
Yeah.
Tang Lam. Bye Ling Chi.
Bye,
Goodbye,
teacher.
teacher.